Hello, 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 and welcome. This is Joan the Jewel Design. Welcome back. It's been a little bit. So last time we were here, probably a week ago, we were working on our 4-inch coaster disc pocket ephemera pieces. I only got the one done, but oh my gosh, I fell in love with it, right? Hole punch it and hang it, glue it down, at an angle and make a pocket out of it. I mean, it has all kinds of, well, you can't see there, but all kinds of wonderful pieces and ways to use it, and we inked just the back enough to where we can write on it. So I did that last week, and then we did on a short, I did an altered coffee sleeve, so you can open it up right on the inside. Barely did anything to the back, but you can glue this down if you wanted to and put it right on the page, and then use it as a sleeve to tuck in a bunch of fun larger pieces of ephemera. Right, so it's already decorated, pops open, it becomes a sleeve and a tuck, but it also has writing space. So there's that. That's one of my new favorite things to do, especially when we can use the brown ones, flip them out, get the corrugated look, a little ripped, a little inked, and just a lot of fun. So we did that on a short last week. Oh, yay. And then, of course, I was shopping, and I found this adorable fabric, and I want to make a journal. I want to make a journal cover for sure. I just don't have any digitals right now. It is the cutest mushroom and leaves. It's super fun and sort of little kiddish, but like, I don't know. I don't know if I could probably put something on the top of it to blend it into one of my older kits. That was very light and airy. I have 2 Autumn Gathering kits that might lend to this if I reprint them, because I don't think I have anything left. I know the newer autumn kit was definitely more that, and that's a little much. So, my older one might be fun to play into this. That I'm just gonna have to find to see if someone did a really cute mushroom kit out there, purchase it, print it, and make it. But otherwise, I'm debating on whether or not I just make a cute journal cover to sell, and maybe someone has a perfect kit that they want to do with it. I don't know. But I saw it. It was adorable. I couldn't help myself. Just couldn't. Though I did find my Melva Rose kit almost fully intact. So, it looks like I have 24 plus pages to play with, add in some, cardstock and other things, and then I have a lot of the ephemera. So, sort of tempting. I don't know what kind of cover, though. That's the one thing I don't have is a cover. It's like I have a journal for one with no cover and a cover with no journal. I don't know. So I have a lot of autumn all over the place, roaming around. So I figure we keep working on some ephemera today as I'm trying to figure out what to do with the other things. So today, as you see on my thing, I don't know if Laura has done this already. Hopefully we are back to back with this. But if not, Lorette asked me to take some of my pumpkins from a number of my kits, right? Take all the fluff out and make these cute page toppers with them. So they're back to back. You cut them out where they're attached, and they go across the top. Now, Amy at Crafty Cat USA definitely inspired this months ago, or weeks ago, gosh, probably over the summer. She found the place card holders from Hobby Lobby that were pumpkins, and you could fold them down, and she started making page toppers with them, and my mom thought it was a great idea. And so we've been playing with them. So I thought, well, we'll come along and play with them, see how they do. Whether I keep them, whether I sell them, I don't know. We haven't decided we just thought we'd have a fun kit, knowing we could do them. I have to decide if you guys want them. I mean, I can print them and cut them. They're a little off. Don't get me wrong. They're not perfection, right? But when you put them on the top, it doesn't really matter. They don't have to perfectly line up. But I have 3 different shapes. I have this one where your topper sort of gets glued up here. And then you have the, this one. So, you just simply glue across the top a little bit. And so that when you're done, it's a paper clip, it's a tab, it's whatever, but it'll stop where it's glued and just sits on top. So you can take it off, and it's like one of our hidden paper clip type feels. So one of them, I'm going to do one way and something like the other, and we're going to keep playing with these. So, I don't know, I just thought we'd, take some of my bits and pieces that I had everywhere, and I know like this one is definitely, you glue it on, and I want to do more of that, I think. I was trying to decide if I want to go square or if I want to go really take it from my Cinderella kit. Well, my Blue Princess, or my Autumn Princess kit, but very much inspired by Cinderella. But more vintage and all kinds of fun things. So anyway, I can do this with some stuff. You can tell it's a pumpkin, but it's definitely decorated, right? I don't know what my words are. And I think I had the word memories in blue, which I thought might be pretty on this one, to add to that. So we've got that potential. Oh, goodness. This one, yeah, I know I have my pumpkin, and she's really big. But this one, I'm thinking definitely to go smaller and simpler because I want to do this one very much a little flatter, right? Not so up. That's not going to work unless I'm going to cut that out. That's not going to work. Because this one, I think, is this one or that one? Nope, that one. One or the other. This one has a really short base, so this one is simply going to get inked, and we're going to use it as a nice large page topper. It's a great way to decorate a page, and you know, depending if you do it right with a paper clip, I think it makes it a nice tuck. You can tuck the page, a journal card or whatever, up into it. So, at least that's what I would suggest. That's why I have the paper out here so we can sort of play with it and get that feel. I'm going to ink a little bit on the bottoms, but you know, because it's a page over top, it's a topper, and it's a page over, you just slip under the page. It's not a huge deal, but I just figured we might as well make sure everything is sort of... No, I cut them, and then the top's really the only spot where you really want to make sure that once it's glued down that we match up, because you're going to see it across the top. That would be the only spot where you would sort of see front and back, and you'd be like, oh, yeah. And let me guess, my ink is not even out here. It was so warm, and then I stopped, of course, working. Okay, hold on one sec, ladies and gentlemen. Let me go get my glue. Okay. So, what I would do, and suggest doing, could be wrong, would treat it like any other tab. Ew, I got dirty. How rude. They're not supposed to do anything. Alright, so I am just lightly going across the top here. Not too far, not too deep. And I can always add more glue if I feel like the page is, you know, it's not enough. It gives you a tab, it gives you a whatever. Try to line them up well enough. Press down. Ugh. Like I said, then we can always go back and trim a little bit. According to, yeah, I really missed. Well, you do it and then you're like, wait a minute, I know I had it. Doesn't matter if these don't match up much because they're going to be on separate pages. Front and back, no one's going to know. And that's the joy. I mean, it's a fun part and the down part about, what's the word? Sorry, I'm going to make sure my glue thing's doing okay here. Oh, glad everybody's loving the toppers. Those are selling beautifully. I'm so glad I'm able to get you guys, you know, small amounts of rubber toppers, and it's working. I'm not supposed to bend the darn thing. Been inside, but it hasn't been used much lately, so apparently I'm having some issues here. Let's see here. Let's get a... Come on. Okay, not supposed to cause me problems. Sometimes it's just getting past that rib in here. There's a little... If anything doesn't line up right, you end up, that's so weird. It gets caught on the rib of the black part. Now I can't even get past. There we go. There's a little spot in there that gets caught. Okay, so so now I've got it glued down enough, and I go bloop, right? Sits there right on top of the page. Doesn't go any farther because I probably didn't, you know, I probably got a little too much glue. And of course, then when you press down the glue, it, you know, sticks. But I'm okay with that. Because in a journal, it's super cute. And for the most part, it's actually pretty good. I really didn't want to keep whacking at it. It's like when you keep cutting a hedge, right? You keep cutting, you keep cutting, you keep cutting. Hey, get out of there. Ugh. Keekers, what are you doing? Oh my gosh, my cat has lost her mind. She's playing with the plastic, and I keep worrying that I have something in my workspace. Because she went berserk the other day. I was rearranging things, and okay, you're gonna be my little... She's sitting on my papers. The papers have gotten low enough she can actually get into my cubby and sit on top of my printable papers. Anyway, okay, so it's like a hedge. You worry that if you keep trimming at it, it's just gonna get worse. But see, it sits here, and then you could just tuck a journal card up in it. So I knock everything over. Right, you could tuck anything in there and it would hold place. Now you could add a paper clip to it if you really want to make sure whatever went in there didn't come out. Here, while I'm at it, I'm like, I sort of was cutting up the last of the ephemera I have from different things to see what would work. And we're just going to, you know, we're just decorating these up. So I love this kit. This was a really nice kit from, I think it was last year or the year before. It could be 2 years already. I don't know if I designed anything last year. Really don't remember. I think it was 2 years ago. Right afterwards I designed. Cat? Hey, no, stop it. Oh, she's in the mood. Alright. This is my princess kit, which is a lot of fun. So anyway, you can't see her, but she's tucked up in there, and you know, it would hold your thing in place. Ta-da! And then, you know, it's all inked and doesn't really matter. So which side? Now that's the other thing. I didn't design both. I didn't think to decorate both sides. I don't know. Gasp. I didn't think about that. I guess you'd want to, but at least you could start on one side and leave the other side plain and debate later. Right? Got a big one, maybe. I'm going to use the smaller one over there. Nice sort of to have. I probably should have done that pink, but oh well. You know what? Maybe we'll add a little orange over that, and that'll make it pretty too. We'll get crafty. So hopefully you're all doing really well. We are finally cooling down a little bit here. Oh, after 100-degree weather for like 4 days, which I know some of you deal with that, and I'm amazed at what you guys can deal with. I cannot. Cat, what are you doing? Oh, she's in a mood. Great. Yeah, we had 100 days. I mean, it's like I have a new cat, so we can't open the doors like I normally do. And normally I open up all windows and screen doors, and I can't. He's very smart, and he figures out how to get up underneath. Oh, she's in the mood. Great. She wants out probably, and I'm not letting him. Yeah, we just, Anyway, so yeah, I've been able to open the doors like I should to let all the heat out, and it's been very, interesting. Alright, so I'm liking this. We definitely need some texture underneath it. I wanted to add the green, but I think it's too much. I think that green needs to go in. I have this cute cutout. I love this cutout. A little punch, and it's one of my favorites. You can cut it, you can layer it. I don't know. It's one of my favorites. Okay, cat, that's enough, my love. That's enough. She likes messing with things. It absolutely annoys me. Whether attack in a circle or if it's just one too many things. I want to be able to see the pumpkin. If we don't have too much going on, I can't even see the pumpkin, right? But this is where I can add. We can do that. I can add some more green or silvery green. Do a little meshy mix in the background, right? Trying to figure out how much contrast and color I want, or whether I want it just light and airy. Getting used to this new sputtery mesh has been interesting. Trying to figure out the best ways to use it. Right? Its texture, it's just a great layer, but you know, it's still getting used to it compared to our normal snow mesh, which I do have some of that too over here. I have not been able to find any more of the pretty sage green. I found bright green for Christmas, but I have not found sage green for fall. I don't know, it's not out, at least not in our neck of the woods, so. And it's not out where I can find it, and I haven't found it online, so I think we're going to do a little bit of both directions. So we have a multitude of layers and options. I just feel like it needs all kinds of different things. Baby girl, hold on a second. She wants out, that's why she's malfunctioning. Hold on, ladies. Talk among yourselves, as they say. Or Gail says. I shouldn't say they. Nope. We've been having some issues around the neighborhood, so I'm really hesitant till the cat's out. The new one needs to get used to being here, not so much next door, so to his randomness. Okay, I'm liking that. Simple and easy. I know I have a word for up there. I wish I had one for here, but I don't think it's a problem. So we got a little bit of a green mesh, snow. We have a little bit of the gold. By George, I think I'm just going to do it. I am not going to second guess it today, are we? We don't have time. I would like to get all these done. I'd like to enjoy this and actually get them done, right? But I hope you're doing well. I hope maybe if the weather has been warm, it has cooled off some. I know one lovely subby was like, yeah, it's cooling off and I'm not ready. I'm like, not ready? She's on the East Coast, so yeah, I don't know. When it gets to fall, it may very well just go fall. Like, I don't know how drastic that gets. I mean, see, it's been in the finally mid to high 70s, which is huge for us compared to the 100 degrees that we have for 4 days straight. We might hit 80 again, a little bit of 80 soon, but then back into the low 70s. So I'm really hoping maybe early, just the way the animals are acting and stuff, that we are getting potentially an earlier fall than maybe we've had in the past. I'm hoping that means then, maybe an early winter and it's still wet. My biggest worry is that we're going to have a frost-based winter and not a wet one. But my dad said something about, he thought he saw on the almanac, weather almanac or whatever, that, they were already predicting snow and rain and that places were getting it. And I don't know, there was something indicating maybe a cold summer, a colder winter. So I'm hoping. Okay. So something like that. You get these pumpkins, you decorate them up. I'll leave it like that for the moment. You never know what else I find. I'll probably put some bling on it somewhere. But you go across the top and it's done. And then on the inside you have it. Yes, you can see, the other side because I realized I went up above it. But that's not a big deal. You can paint it a little bit. Do I have something else? I do and I don't. That's too big. We can ink it a little bit, give it a little more whatever, so it's not so obviously, whitish. I don't have my board down. Oh, bad me. There we go. A little bit of something, right? But you decide that bugs you. You can always go on the other side, right? You can add something to the other side, depending, and have it overlap or combined or whatever. But for now, we're going to do the one side and see how it sits. My paper isn't even straight. How rude is that? Got a lot of copy dyed paper, though. So that's really pretty. Combined enough, I do that other one. It may be great for that new kit if I actually do. And these could be gorgeous, one or two of them, in the new Milva kit. They do have some of the same flowers in some of them. So I took some of the roses from that kit and definitely used them in the princess kit. So, see? Nice, simple. So, now the next one, though, that I wanted to do was this one. And this was a little different. This one got the ink all the way around. But this one I want to be able to open up and write on it. Okay, this one's a little different. It's not just a topper, but we're going to make it a journaling card type space. So we're going to get the ink across the top. But the top here, now this one is a little shorter. But this one, I have to go find one of my paper clips too. But this one, yeah, we would attach with a paper clip. We wouldn't glue it down. It would sit a little lower on the page. But we're going to, okay, right, we got to get our ink in here. We got to tone down the white. But we're going to reinforce it with some washi at the stem so it can handle the constant opening and closing. Because no one wants to have their journal card rip. Stems they look so, what's the word, sturdy on a pumpkin. But man, when they go, they go. Believe me, I have pumpkins that all of a sudden, rot over time. And man, you go to pick it up by the stem and it gives. It's the first thing to go. Isn't that crazy? All right, so what do I have? I was just looking at a leaf pattern in my, I have a leafy pumpkin pattern here in my washi tape. And this one, I'm not sure where this one came from. I don't remember where this one came from. But what we're going to do is we're just going to continue to do and I'm going to go just a smidge down the bottom or the top up here, like we would have done with the glue. Okay. We're going to give it sort of top and bottom. And let's see, let's go this way with it. And these pieces could definitely I have a nice little X-Acto knife blade. It's ceramic, I think, or porcelain blade. Really little. Great for this kind of thing. Most of the time. Sometimes it gets a little finicky. Sometimes I wonder if my blade isn't out far enough. Who knew, right? I used to watch a lady play with the boys. I think's her name. She has a bunch. I think she's a mom of boys, and she does one of the coolest washi art. She will, take a drawing or whatever, and she fills it in with just, hordes of washi. But she cuts it all out and takes all the shapes, and so she colors it with washi tape, washi paper, and it is so cool. She's, used to do it, and then she'll did planner things and stuff like that. I haven't seen her in a while. I don't know if she just dropped off my feed or she, life happens and we take a break, but who knows? But anyway, made me think of this. I was like, well, wait a minute. Helps reinforce it, helps give it a little bit of oomph. So that in that fold, sorry, I'm trying to get that piece off. And we're going to do it a couple times over. I'm going to do a couple different ones so that way I know for sure it's a nice solid middle, because it is, even with cardstock, when you use it smaller, the smaller the section, I don't care if it's unless it's press board or something, it is going to give. There we go. So here's another way to use these things. Don't have to make just they're toppers, yes, they're page overs, but they're also going to be a writing space. Because, I like doing things in multiple purposes. I can't help myself. So this one we're going to do very much old school. And this one actually matches my, what's the word? This one matches one of my 3 signature large journal that I've been using. So this one I might, my first kit that I did, my first Autumn Gather digital kit, I made a huge journal out of it. All kinds of coffee dyed papers and all those fun things, right? Not thinking anything of it. But did give it a nice 2-inch, what's the word? Cereal box cover. Took one of those, I don't know, probably wasn't a cereal box. I think it was like graham cracker or whatever it is, that had a nice, the side box was about 2 inches, the side of the box was 2 inches, so that became your spine. And I went ahead and did that, and then I gave it a slip cover, because I didn't know how to really sew things down at the time. And I did a slip cover of fabric, put corners on it, all that jazz. It was so fun. And so we're going to clean all this up a little bit. We're going to add a little bit of, so this one's mine, I won't worry about it too much, but we're going to clean it all up. Not that I need any more writing space in my big journal, but I don't know, this might be the last year finally. It's getting a little harder to fill it in, because I made sort of cutting, like I didn't do things in order. I didn't go from from front to back in it. I just went all over the place. And so then it's great, because then year to year I had a couple pages in between. So now I'm really folding this. And so I'd have a few pages in between. So I'd be like, okay, so the following year I could put the same information on the next. So it was sort of by event more than by date. All right, so there we go. I have a nice thing here. It can open up. I can totally write on both sides of this. We're going to plop it in. And the page, we're just going to, so then with a paper clip, see, it goes all the way down if I want, or I can leave it here and paper clip it, right? So I know there's something here. We can paper clip it, and knowing that I can take it off, write on it, and still tuck something with a paper clip and be able to, utilize it in more than one way. So all happy about that. Let's see. So we got some pieces here combining both of my autumn kits. Now I can do this where this is a tuck. I can do this where this is so it's another writing space. We'll see how this pans out. I may be able to cluster enough stuff that maybe I can tuck this in, but we'll see. Because I have a few different items here that I want to cluster. Definitely the greens, because it's a nice contrast to the orange. I mean, the blue is the standard. So I can either do it where, maybe not. It might just be something that gets plopped here. I would love to make it a tuck, but I want this little guy off to one side. I think I'm going to cut him out. I know he's a tag, but I don't have any more fussy cuts, I realized, of this kit. I used every last, I'm surprised I even found this one. I used a lot of it in that first journal. I never really went back to it, and I was like, oh, I have got to find something. So when I was prepping for this one, I was like, oh, wait a minute. I have an out, and I have this guy, and he's perfect. He's not cut off on one end. So I have a tendency of putting my animals and staying off to the edge. Now, I can leave it, or I can just probably just do this, and then there we go. So he's cute right here. Or we do something very, looks like he's eating, he's there. If I cluster that with some more fabric and whatnot, then I could tuck this in, right? We glue it together, we glue it down. That can be a tuck. I almost wonder, I would love to be able to see the greenery though when I tuck it. The greenery, I want to be able to see the, let me guess, they're both the same direction, of course they are. I like he's right there. He's super cute. I could do it like this. Let that be a tuck in there. And we just definitely need some, what's the word? We need some texture. I don't know if I have a little book page too, to break up some of the grain. But I love how these two are sort of overlapping with each other. So we're gonna do a little bit of that first. I want to get this guy exactly how I think I want him. Looks like he's having lunch there. Hopefully you guys are doing well. I hope the weather is, I guess, agreeing with you, whether it's the last of your summer or fall has come, right? Or fall has starting to show up. You never know. I was thinking if there was something, maybe not, maybe darker for texture. I pulled all my stuff out, but we could do it more this way. Really make this more, I'm in camera, okay, good. Make this a little bit more rustic. At better angle. I could totally go it that way with it. There we go. And I could put just a little bit of my new favorite mesh in there. Just a smidge of it in there. For texture. Okay, I think we've got where I want to go with it. Let's cut that off. But I hope you're all doing well. Fall's behaving itself, and we're starting to arrive where it needs to be coming. Yeah, but with that comes, of course, the concept of potential mild head colds. We're all, I think, between the new cat and then just the weird hot weather, cold weather, you know, we don't do AC, but, you know, at certain times that is not working for me today. Great. We're just dealing with a little extra. Yeah, I love these, but you know, it gets to a point where you're, what do you want to call it? Everything doesn't line up, so it just gets in the way. All right, let's use the proper one here. I need this because we have all this different material. Use our fabric tack and get everything sort of plopped down for texture. Oh, there we go. Plus then I just need, the extra to see, we're decorating these up and making journal cards and tucks and whatever we need, right? Enjoying doing little bits of ephemera lately, but there we go. And then we start this, and I'm keeping at the angle of the little tuck here, so that it sort of goes with it. Stay. Alright, so let's get this one. I don't know if it needs to be, I think we're just going to do it across the bottom and up this little side a little bit. But that's about it. There's not much of a tuck, is it? Where am I? I had to take in one of my favorite tweezers because we're starting our diamond painting project, hopefully tonight. Get back from a booster meeting, and then my daughter helped me organize a new diamond painting, sort of paint by number with drills. Did a huge cottage one. Took me years. Sort of finished it finally. Sat down and finished it after he passed. But we had bought two of them pretty much almost side, but I thought the cottage wasn't going to take me so long, and so I bought a gorgeous sunflower floral one. I guess it's going to go in my room when I'm done. I have no other idea where it's going to go. But it's sort of funny, because I was like, oh, we have this other one. And she's like, oh, yeah, I'll help you with it, Mom. And then, she's like, well, I don't know if I like these things anymore, blah, 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 blah. But surprisingly, she helped me organize all the drills. And so we're going to try, like on Wednesday nights when her sister's off doing her gaming thing online with her friends. Hoping she'll sit with me and we'll make it a Wednesday night thing, and she will enjoy some time with me and craft and get some off the computer. And I wish my oldest would do it. She doesn't do puzzles anymore or anything. It's so weird. She just doesn't. She'll do it for about 5 minutes, and then so there we go. So we have a tuck, so we can write on this, right? We have a cute little critter. I'm glad but then this opens up and we can write on this. So we attach this one with a cute paper clip, and if we do it right and we attach it through here, it'll keep this little guy in place too, so that nothing moves around. So there we go. We have a tuck on a critter on top of a page topper journal card thing. Isn't that just lovely? So there's one. This guy just sits on top, front and back. Like I said, I probably could. I have another flower I could put on the back one. Maybe I'll do that just to sort of hide the fact that maybe we can sort of line it up to where it's not so obvious that there's. See, once you put the paper down, you can't see it. But once you get it all done, there is a little bit of both, huh? We've got that. Looks like an extension. When you put it on the page, you can't tell. But I'm wondering if on this side, to help blend it, we need to do another flower combo over here, maybe, to make it a pair. Make it a set, right? Possibly the right arch. It doesn't really show up on the other side, but we have this, just a flower. I have others, but I don't know if I want to go. I mean, yeah, I can make it a huge. But that seems like overkill. Well, that one seems overkill. That one's pretty, but again, doesn't really benefit the point of hiding, because then it just makes it on the other side. Well, I was going to do this anyway, so what if we sort of line that up with this one, put her here. I do have another pumpkin. I think pumpkin on top of pumpkin might be too much, right? Because it's the. So I have to keep that in mind when I do the other ones, that we don't maybe overlap to the back, but that's okay. Do I go fancier? Do I go less fancy? Sometimes having the different angles. All right, pumpkin on pumpkin. I have one of the other ladies I can cut the circle out of. That's a lot of circles. Now this is bad because this has some dimensions still, so I don't mind a pumpkin on pumpkin and deciding on the fly, right? That's all it's all about. But these are just fun little things. But yeah, something Amy figured out, or not figured out, but I guess, saw them at Hobby Lobby, which is cool because we don't go there that often anymore. And because it's a good 30 to 40 minutes away it's 40 minutes one way and 35 the other just to get to one. And so we were just like, well, wait a minute, I have pumpkins. I can print out my own pumpkins, cut them out, and away we go. So let's see. Oh, there was that too. I was thinking, and there's some lace. Hold on, got a few different things here. I'm like, wait, let me see what we have going. Maybe we can fancy it up just a little bit so it's not too flat, but pretty and doable. And I don't know. let's see. There and there, a little lace up here. Not too much going on here. The kids are doing all right, trying to avoid the head colds. Trying to, you know, we're a month in already, I think, or just about. Oh my gosh, I think we've already hit 4 weeks. Before you know it, they get all kinds of weird time off. I don't know, people. I didn't really plan this side, so now I'm trying. I don't know if I have a plan of attack. I don't know if I have what I'm looking for here to do this and make it work. Little lace here. I feel like a little something here, and I guess I could do more of the same mesh. I mean, that's been our go-to this time around, huh? Let's do a little bit of this up here, a little lace down here. We'll have a second side. Why not? No, just how a little bit just goes a long way, right? It doesn't require a whole lot. So let's get our layers down as we go here and see if we can make it work for us. Let's see if we can eyeball. Let's get this one down because we know this one has to be up here a little bit. Overlapping just enough to where it, you know, works. But doesn't glue to the page. So let's make sure we don't get it glued down by accident. Let's not glue you down by accident, because that would be bad. And then let's see. Well, both work, I guess. We need to get the other one underneath there anyway, so let's do this. Plus, this gives me time. I'm going to use the fabric tack to tuck stuff underneath. Let go of my fingers. Let's go that way. Okay, so we're going to put you about here. We're going to go here. We're going to tuck you up under here. Go. Tuck you back down. Okay, there we go. Make sure everything stays where it needs to be. There we go. Yeah, we're sealing it, that's all. Alright, so this one we did do a double decor because we needed to sort of hide the fact that we had an interesting pocket on the other side. Or an interesting pop. See in there? Not quiet, huh? Where's my brushes? I need my brushes. We're going to do a little, because it's not done yet, we're going to try to get a little bit of brown on whatever is poking out over here. Let's do that. Could probably do a little cut if I had to, but we're going to keep it minimum as possible here. Because once you start cutting, gosh, you never know. So on both sides, like, it just depends what you see. You'll see something sticking out, you know, definitely over the out of the top of your page. In your journal, you're going to be wondering what's up. So we've got that on that side. We have her on this side. Got a little bit more glue down in there. Make sure nothing really pops up too much. But it's a nice, you know, page topper. And, you know, it's all good and done now. Let's get a little glitter. Not a little glitter. We need a little bit of gold, people. We need, where did it go? I hate when I can't find it. Well, I have green. Do we do the green one? Or is that just too much? I'm like, is that too much? We got a set of 3. We could do it up that. Isn't that cute? All right. Yeah, I love to enhance what's there with stuff. Doesn't mean I always have to do it a different way. Or do it, you know, where it has to be its own element, or it can be an extension of, and decorate what's there. I love decorating what's there. Makes me happy when I can just accent what's already there and give it a new feel. And since we're not writing on this one, and it can have some detail and texture because it's not going to get in the way. And let's see, get this guy in here. These are so much fun to try to figure out how to keep on the card without jabbing yourself and everything else. That might work. Maybe? Yes, okay. Okay, so we tried that. And I have my favorite puffy. I'm going to be really bummed when this, my puff glue goes out. Oh my gosh, I'm going to have to figure out how to find more. I found stuff at, I think it was Michael's, but it was very water-based. So when you put it on, it ran on my print work. It made everything white and golden green, and it watered out. It tried to get rid of it, like it tried to wash out the ink. And so I was like, oh, well, that's not helpful. If I do it on like stuff like this, it's fine, but I do anything printed? Forget it. All right, so we put some glitter on the frame because gotta have a glittery frame. We have a little bit of lace. We have some spider mesh, and we have some glitter or some Diamante, green rhinestones on the pumpkin. Try to close it. And then of course we have just all the different mesh and stuff here on this side. So really stoked. There we go. I mean, this one needs a little bit more glue, I see. We are sticking out just a little bit over here. It's not always a problem, but let's make sure it's staying. So there we go. Okay, so our decor went a little bit beyond the pumpkin, so we made sure that they overlapped and worked nicely so there wasn't too much of that white weirdness behind it. So it looked like it was all part of one, and it makes a nice topper that will stay and lets you tuck it up and under when you are done. Alright, so either way, inside or out, we've got that taken care of. We have the one that now lets you write on it, right? So this one lets you put it down. We'll put a paper clip on it, and you can paper clip it in so that when you're ready, you can just open it up, write on both sides, plus a tiny little guy for a gratitude, a favorite word, a date, anniversary, something. There's so many ways to use these things. So there, and I did not decorate the other side, but that's okay because we want to make sure things stay flat enough that they are writable, and that side with paper clip can just let you tuck something up with it on the back side of the of the next page, depending on which side you want to emphasize this. So there we go. I think I'm gonna let you guys go though, because at this point I feel I'm a little And the third one is in the same ballpark though. This time, let's see, let's ink it real quick. I'll show you. I'll put the base level together, but again, it is just finding. We cleaned up this one. This one had a very fancy stem, and I did just clean it up so that it made it a little easier to use and cut, because who wants that? But if you love these pumpkins, you would like a set, either as a digital and you will print and cut yourself, or whether you would love to be able to order a set where you get 2 of each type, cut, pre-cut, fancy cutted, let me know. It's something that I can cut them like this, ready to go for you guys, and you can tweak it from there. I can do an easy cut where there's some white around it, and then you can decide how tight or you want to cut down to it. There's plenty of ways, but anyway, please comment down below if this would interest you at all, if you want to be able to decorate your own. Otherwise, So this one, I would just simply glue this so that it would stop right there. Yep, let's see. Let's glue this one and see how it does. So you can see how this last one does work. And I'm just going to go a little bit across the top. It's okay that they're a little bit at an angle. No one says it has to be a perfect across the top. My glue is acting really weird. Oh, this weather. Okay, so we're going to do it. This one did line up a lot better when I cut it, for the most part. And I can always trim it once I'm done to make sure it has a nice clean look. This is the only thing you'd have to do is when you got them, if I cut them for you, it's just to fine tune it. You line it up in your cut and your, glue job, and depending on how you want to use it, and then you would just do a little fine tuning. But here we go again. We're just going to pop it in, and look, perfect. You have this lovely top, right? It stops right there. So you see a little bit of the, put yours off to the side. You get to see a little bit of the, right, so when you're on the back, so you just see this. This is all you see. You would see that in the journal. You would see that, from page to page. And again, you could tuck something up underneath it. Let's say it'll let you, it's not as tight, but if you went all the way up and got in there, it probably would hold. Otherwise, it's just a cute page. You could go down farther if you like. The farther you go down, the taller it is. So that is, you just have to bend it a little bit and it'll come down. You can always put a cute paper clip to make it work for you. But there you go, ladies and gentlemen. So I am very thankful for Laurette Chandler for going, hey, print, who's over at Vintage Paper Girl, going, hey, let's make our own. We don't get to Hobby Lobby. Let's make our own thing. And then which is always absolutely wonderful, right? And then thank you, Amy at Crafty Cat, for giving us the inspiration from your finds at Hobby Lobby to make these lovely toppers. So we really appreciate it, because everybody has their own little take on what we find and what we do, so why not expand on it? So really, really love it, appreciate it. Hope you all are doing absolutely wonderful. And that chipmunks and squirrels, huh? Too bad. Oh, that's right, this one's going to be memory. Alright, so yes, I'm going to do another fancy one, and we are going to go from there. So this one, yeah, we got to be careful. Like we've just found out, going up and above definitely lends to goobers. So I might decide this one needs to be cut to match. We're going to fussy cut it in and it doesn't stick out. I may decide that that is not worth it, right? Blend it, cut it in half, tweak it, I don't know. It's going to have it stand out, but now we know that sticks out on the back side, so we have to keep that in mind. And do the word memories down here, nice and fun. But then what sticks out on the other side? Oh, all of this. Now I can make that all brown or orange even. It wouldn't be the end of the world. But I don't have a second one of those. Otherwise I'd be like, ugh. Yeah, I'd have to figure out how to, I'd have to do some collaging, which, okay, that's the other thing. You could take your favorite washi. You could take anything else you had. Like I have this gorgeous burgundy. And I could do the whole upper back side of this one, and that's all you would see on the other side. Oh, that's a good idea. I mean, we'll do that. Okay, so again, washi washi for the save. So you can washi the back of your fussy cuts when you're going to overlap into that stage, when you know you're going to see it on the other side, but maybe you're not going to decorate into it. So cover it up with something instead of always just worrying about ink or whatever. Do a little washi layering, and voila, you'll get something else that you need. So, alright, ladies and gentlemen, I will do this one maybe up on YouTube and as a short, so you can see me working on that one. But there you go. We have some lovely pumpkin toppers that you can journal on, right? With a paper clip, attach them, or glue them as we see here and just stick them across the top, single-sided or double-sided, totally up to you. And you have some lovely decorations for your journal pages. So hope you have all a wonderful couple days, and we'll talk real soon. Bye-bye.